Yo, yo, yo. 1 2 1 2 1 2. Austin Eck. Hello, hello, hello. No Lionel Richie. Check 1 2 1 2 1 2. Go through, go through. Let me see. Pull up the. If only I could get this dadgum cellular. Let's see. We looking clean. Like Mr. Clean. Nah, I get you. I appreciate you though, brother. Nah, I get you. So if I switch to hold screen and then full cam, it should be all good? Yeah. All right, sweet. Hello? What up? What up? Shout out to BJ, for real. Appreciate you, brother. All right, we'll be going live in about 5 minutes or so, people. let's get it started. What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Elijah, Eli, researcher Eli. Nick calls me Young Eli. I still am a young man, so you can call me whatever you want. We're like week. Oh, good gosh, are we like a month after the Super Bowl? I believe so. I think we're a month fresh into the off season. I still hate saying that word. Shout out to Josh Pate. There we go. All right, that was my audio because I had some issues. If you were in the chat earlier, audio wasn't working. That's why you guys always got to check, so I don't come up here and just start babbling, and then none of you guys can hear me. So it is what it is. But we are live. We are ready to go, and we got a few topics to talk about. We are going to talk about the free agency market that will be starting next Wednesday. It officially opens next Wednesday. Got a couple news and notes, and then a little bit of the NFL Combine review. That's what we're going to start with. I have 4 rankings, or like the top 6 in 4 categories. You'll see later on. But I'm just excited that we got this going, because right when I started the show and I did the audio bar, I was just confused. I was like, why is there's no audio? Because like I didn't see anything wrong. But then shout out to BJ of Hit Network. That guy really helped me out. So shout out to that guy. But I got to look at chat in my phone because chat's not working on this monitor over here. So if I'm looking at my phone, it's not because I'm ignoring you guys. It's just because it's the only way to do it. So let's see. We've got Hayden Hammond saying Nathan Peterman to the Falcons. Sounds like a dream. And then Mason says, is something wrong with my YouTube or did it not start yet? No, it should be starting. There we go. Okay. Yeah, sorry, Mason, just because audio and technical difficulties. But it is 4:37 p.m. Eastern Time over here in Kennesaw, Georgia. So let's get it started. Let's get over to the first slide, and that is topics for today. Of course, Combine review, free agency talk / news. And we're going to start off with me just giving you guys some notes. So ever since last Thursday, I've been just keeping notes of what's going on in the NFL. A lot of it is franchise tagging. If you paid attention in class last week, we talked a little bit about it. What it means, the whole ordeal. But just mainly teams franchise tagging and then just guys agreeing to deals. So let's get into it. L'Jarius Sneed, he has now gotten the non-exclusive tag, so he can look for another team. He can talk to other teams. It's like a little buffer for him. And then we have franchise tag for Justin Madupuku. He plays for the Ravens. Great D tackle. And then the Jags tag Josh Allen. He is set to receive $24 million in 2024. Get your money, Josh. Bucks also franchise tag Antoine Whitfield Jr. Well deserved. That guy is a monster. Should have been all pro. And then we have Texans and Dalton Schultz. They have agreed to a 3-year, $36 million deal. He was also in the talks of potentially leaving Houston, but deep down it would have been dumb for him to leave because that team is looking bright. They need a guy that has been around the NFL for quite some time just to guide C.J. Stroud. I'm not saying he can guide C.J. Stroud, but just to help him out, man. Be all reliable in the pass game. Then we got, this one was kind of surprising. Not surprising, but it was kind of big. Jamal Adams, Quandre Diggs, and Will Dissly were all cut from Seattle. Seattle saves $34.5 million in this move. I like the idea because clearly it's youth. It looks like Seattle is looking towards the direction of young players. They even got a young coach, so they're just looking to get younger guys in there. So Jamal Adams, never forget that run from Jamal Adams in his prime. And then this was pretty cool, too. Commanders are signing Zach Ertz to a 1-year deal up to $5 million. Again, he's probably there just to be the vet, just to guide whoever is going to be at quarterback, just guide them through, and just be another pass option. Then we have the Bills. Whoo, my goodness. They've been the team to talk about in the last entire week. Ooh, excuse me. They've been cutting guys left and right, but some of the bigger names, Tre'Davious White and Jordan Poyer, they cut also like 4 other guys or so, and they saved up about $37 million. And then they also reconstructed Von Miller's contract. And Mitch Trubisky, the GOAT, he is returning to Buffalo, so exciting news. I think it's a solid backup. He looked okay in Pittsburgh. When he was in Buffalo, his first little spell, it wasn't great at all. But that time in Pittsburgh, I think definitely, if you're a Bills fan, definitely gives you some confidence about just having him on your team again, just in case Josh Allen goes out and you're looking to compete still. Not too bad. Broncos releasing Justin Simmons. That was huge. That also just points that they're going to look for another secondary position in the draft. I thought they were going to do it regardless, but now this move, done deal. Jonnu Smith, he agrees to a 2-year deal up to $10 million with the Dolphins. I like the move as well. Guy's really fast, real athletic. Adds another weapon for Tua. And then this is like most recent news. Jalen Johnson, cornerback for the Bears, agrees to a 4-year, $76 million deal back with Chicago. I'm loving the move for him. Great player, and I think really helps out the Bears. So let's get into the combine. We're just going to be talking about 4 specific drills that we went through, or that they went through. The 40-yard dash, the bench press, the 3-cone drill, and the broad jump. All right. I personally chose those because whenever I'm looking for a player, I'm looking at those drills. Obviously, the 40-yard dash is the most fancy, the most flashy drill that there is for all players because, no one wants to see a guy do 3 cones. We want to see how fast you are, But we'll get into that one first off, and we'll go straight to it. So, for the leaders of the 40-yard dash, we have Xavier Worthy. He broke the record, 4.21, previous held by John Ross. He had 4.22. That was unbelievable. At first, when you watch the first run, it does not look like he is going fast at all. But you watch it again, he's just taking off. And then we got Nate Wiggins, cornerback from Clemson, 4.28. Quinyon Mitchell, cornerback from Toledo, 4.33. This one was huge to me. Brian Thomas Jr., wide receiver out of LSU. This helps his draft stock a ton because he was clearly going to be one of the earlier wide receivers because you got the big 3 in Harrison Jr., Odunze, and, Neighbors. But this running a 4.33, tying with 2 other guys and being a top 5 40-yard time, that is going to make teams look up at you. And then the next one, I'm going to butcher his name, Isaac. I butchered the wrong one. Isaac Guerndo, running back out of Louisville. He had a great combine day. He did solid all around. I was looking at the entire. I'm gonna put this link in the bio where they had all the rankings for each drill. So I'm gonna put that in the link. So make sure y'all look at that later. Then Adonai Mitchell, also a wide receiver out of Texas, 4.34. These Texas receivers, man, they are going to be fantastic in the league. I really think so. Adonai is also mentioned on this list later. This is only a thing for Xavier. But they just look athletic. They just look solid. They look like they're ready to go out there and ball. And I was explaining this to someone earlier. The combine is so important because some of these guys are on bad teams. And they don't look good. Maybe not look good on film for their sake, but they're just, your team went 4-8. Why should I even look at you? But when they ball out in the combine, it just clearly shows that they are ready for athleticism and that they are ready for the NFL. And they can have that NFL coaching. So it's very important. Don't, it's not just some show, talent show. It really matters. Let's move on to the next one. We have the best broad jump. I like this one a lot just because it shows how explosive you are, how quick can you be off your feet and how far you can go. I won't spend too much time on this. Tyler Owens, safety out of Texas Tech University, 12 foot 2 inches. Max Melton, cornerback out of Rutgers, 11 foot 4 inches. And then there we go again, Adonai Mitchell, wide receiver out of Texas, 11 foot 4 inches. And then Andrew Phillips, cornerback out of Kentucky, 11 foot 3 inches. Jalen Wright, another guy I think is going to do great in the NFL. He's running back out of Tennessee. His combine, again, boosts his draft up a little bit because a lot of people weren't looking at him to be a first-round pick or even a top 2 running back. But now I think after the combine, you can definitely make an argument for him. Then Devontae Walker, wide receiver out of UNC, another fantastic player. I love that guy. 11 foot 2 inches. So these guys are looking explosive. They look athletic. And if you're good at best broad jump, you're probably going to be pretty athletic overall because, no scrub can just be a good jumper. You got to have, it's just all technique and you have good leg muscles and it's just crazy stuff. All right, let's move on to the next slide. Whoa. Before I get back to that slide, because there's a question, make it a little fun. Like and subscribe. I really do appreciate it. Right now, there's only 3 guys in here. That's okay, though. So please share this to your friends and family, your coworkers, whoever it may be. We're just really trying to get it up and going before the season starts. Really do appreciate you guys. I'm really excited to get into fantasy talk because right now we're just looking into rookies. But once the draft is over, a lot of these guys are already doing like sleeper picks, and I'm not enjoying them right now because they're not even on a team. Like what if Drake May ends up falling to the Patriots, or what if Jaden Daniels goes to the Commanders? If Jaden Daniels goes to the Commanders, my opinion on him doesn't change drastically, but it does change. So it definitely depends on where they go. So after that, then we can start looking into fantasy because rosters will start to develop and teams will look ready to go. But this is what I wanted to do. Just a little something. What is your favorite song? Let me know in the chat. I just want to get a little something. Let me see what you got. I like music. I love music. It's just also a little way to engage with the chat. So let me know what you got down there. So Hayden Hammond's got Ghost Town by Kanye West. That's and Bernie Sanders. Very good. All right. Way to own up to that, Hayden. But yeah, so let me know what your favorite song is just throughout the whole time. I just love talking to you guys throughout the entire show. So let's get back into it. Let's go to screens. Here we go. The best bench press. I personally love the best bench press, or just the entire thing of it, because who doesn't like watching dudes just absolutely crush some weights? But they would do 225, I believe. And here we go. Bo Limmer, center out of Arkansas, 39 reps. Unbelievable strength right there. Jordan Jefferson, D-tackle out of LSU, 34 reps. Jarrett Kingston, guard out of USC, 32 reps. A lot of these guys will be just beefy men, like big boys. This one right here, though, Jared Verse, edge out of FSU, 31 reps. I think this helps him a lot because a lot of people were already looking at Latutu, or however you say his name, the guy out of UCLA, ahead of Jared Verse. But if I were his GM and I saw that he was top 4 in the bench press, shows me that he's got strength and he's hungry. So I think that helps Jared out a bunch. Then we got Kingsley Sumatai, I believe that's how you say it, offensive tackle out of BYU, 31 reps. Incredible. And then Zach Frazier, center out of West Virginia, 30 reps. Loving those. I mean, that's just, like, if you ever get bored, you got to go watch it. I think I saw, it was Blake Corum. He tied Joe Alt. All right, Blake Corum is a running back out of Michigan. He tied Joe Alt, the number one, that's like the consensus pretty much now after the combine, number one O-tackle on the board. He tied him for bench press reps, all right? A running back? Like, that's just what it means. Like, it shows your strength. It shows your will. Because you got a bunch of guys watching you. Did they just start allowing people in the stands? I don't know if you guys ever noticed that, but, like, I've never noticed that before. They just, like, it's now a show. Like, they got people in the stands watching. I remember when it used to be really quiet, and they'd only have, like, GMs and scouts. But now it's like, it seems like you can buy tickets. Or maybe it's their family members. I don't know. It just seems weird to me. I like when it was quiet and it was just, like, work. But, yeah, it's beefy boys. You know, that's what we love. Here we go. Dad comments. All right, we're going to move on to the next one. It is the best three-cone drill. I got Kamari Lassiter, cornerback out of UGA, 6.62 seconds. Ricky Pearsall out of Florida, he's a wide receiver, 6.64 seconds. A lot of this like just shows your agility, quick feet. Luke McCaffrey, I believe he's the brother of Christian McCaffrey, wide receiver out of Rice, 6.7 seconds. Isaiah Williams, wide receiver out of Illinois, 6.75 seconds. And then Tyrone Tracy Jr., running back out of Purdue, 6.81 seconds. And then a big surpriser. J.J. McCarthy, quarterback out of University of Michigan, 6.82 seconds. This is out of everybody. Every single body in the entire combine. J.J. McCarthy finishes top 6. He's been the most, like, I remember looking early for draft picks. And he was nowhere near top 15. But now all of a sudden, a lot of, like, GMs have been saying, oh, yeah, this guy's rising. Like, don't be surprised if he's, like, the 4th quarterback taken overall or even the 3rd. Like, teams are loving this guy. I'm curious to see what like, happens, though, because, dude, like, he could be such a bust or he could be actually incredible. Jim Harbaugh, like, swears by it that he's incredible. So I'm curious to see how it goes. I think we got to give him some slack because he was on a run team. Like, why would you want to, like, not stick with your bread and butter, can't have a sandwich, if you don't, like, stick to the plan? You know what I'm saying? Like, why would you make him throw the ball a bunch if you're good at running? So I just think a lot of people are bashing him for no reason. And myself included, because I was a little salty Georgia fan. But now looking back, I'm like, oh, no, this guy's actually, like, got put in a good situation. You have to throw a bunch, and he won the national championship. And he's still, like, a good player. I'm okay with it. All right, let's look at the chat real quick. Oh, I got 5 people in here. I appreciate you guys. All right, so we got some more song requests. Let's see. Let's go. Okay, I'm not reading that one, Adrian. I appreciate it. Oh, yes, Mason. Where's the Love? Black Eyed Peas. Great song. I love that one. That one always makes me feel good. Then we got... Hayden said I changed my answer to Where's the Love by Black Eyed Peas. I'm a Bee by... Hayden said I'm a Bee is So Slept On by Black Eyed Peas. Yeah, they've never had a bad song. That is true. Show me a bad song by them. Then we got... Oh, what up, Coin Operator? What's up, my man? How you doing, bro? He says, Eli, you the man here in Colorado. Broncos are really in a rebuild, getting rid of Simmons and Wilson. Better draft some good ones. Yeah, dude, it's weird. We're going to be talking about Russell in a little bit, but yeah, I'm curious to see what they do for the quarterback situation. Are you guys going to go for later in the second round, third round draft? Or are you going to go for like a vet, you know? Could you guys be in the mix for Kirk Cousins? I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Yeah, it's going to be one of the most interesting free agencies I've seen in a long time. But Corn Operator, glad you're in the chat, man. For real. Day one. All right. So this is something I really wanted to share with you guys. This is, am I going to cover up? So we got free agency news. Yeah, I'll cover it up. This is, I saw this today at the gym. This is the 2024 cap space for all teams. All right, league average is $30 million. And if you look, yeah, if you are a fan of the Niners, the Cowboys, the Saints, the Broncos, sorry, Coin, the Chargers, the Dolphins, or the Bills, maybe that Bills number is skewed just because they saved some money past couple days. You're not looking pretty right now. You better make some cuts, and obviously you will because you can't be staying in the negative for too long. But if you're a fan of the Commanders, the Patriots, the Titans, the Bears are looking pretty. They have good problems. Number 1 overall pick. Your quarterback actually is looking well. You have nearly $80 million to spend this offseason. You're looking fine. Then we got the Colts, $73 million, and the Texans at $70 million. And then a big drop with Detroit going to $54 million. But still, I mean, that's a good amount of money to spend. Falcons are looking right in the middle of the pack, and then Giants, 41. And it's not looking too bad for some of these teams. Commanders, though, I mean, it's crazy to me because I haven't seen anyone be linked to go to Washington. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always been, what are they going to do with the second overall pick? And then no one else has been like, whoa, you know, Russell Wilson's linked to the Commanders or whatever it may be. It's just, it looks like it's only a draft, but where are you going to spend this money? Are you going to extend guys? Like, what's going to happen? Interesting to see. I do like how, even though they're a rival, I like how the Panthers have $36 million. It's only about, like, what are they, like 20th or so? 17th in the pack. So they don't have a lot to spend, but they do have some money to spend to improve just a little bit. Let's get back into the chat a little bit. Oh, he wants him to get McCarthy. That's a possibility. I really do think that's a possibility, operator, because I keep calling corner operator. Just because, like, you know, he's not terrible. It seems like a good situation. Your receivers are still young-ish, but it could work out. I would like to see that happening. Yeah, Hayden said Falcons mid, even in cap space. It is a terrible time to be, like, it's not a terrible time, but we're just always mid. It makes no sense to me. But yeah, all right, let's get back into the show, though. So these are my free agency predictions. I got Chris Jones going to the Chiefs. He tweeted after, like, the Raiders, like, rumors, and it had Chiefs fans going crazy, but I do think he'll stay. Andy Reid just said, I think today, that he wants Chris Jones to stay, and I think it'll happen because, like we talked about earlier, I mean, once players get, like, 1 ring, 2 rings, they really start chasing their legacy, and they don't really care about a bag. Then we got Kirk Cousins. I do believe he'll go to the Falcons. However, don't be surprised if he stays in Minnesota. Seriously, don't. He is one of the best negotiators for contracts ever. So this guy could really talk his way through Minnesota and getting a good contract, either robbing them or just getting a good deal. However, his wife's from Alpharetta. Shout out to Alpharetta. I can see it being a match made in heaven, but it also seems like it's too good to be true. But we'll find out pretty soon, like really, really soon, because teams will start being allowed to talk to these guys, and it's going to be wild. Buckle up, guys, seriously. Derrick Henry, I do believe he's going to go to the Cowboys. I think Jerry Jones just loves the name. Dalton Schultz, he even said that playing for the Cowboys is like it's like a zoo fest or something like that, because it's just Jerry Jones loves the brand. He loves the brand so much that he cares about the money. Obviously, he cares about the Lombardi Trophy, but he cares about the money where it doesn't even matter about the players. Like, he wants the big names. So I think he'll chase down Derrick Henry. Austin Eckler, I think he might go to the Broncos, just because. Well, let's see what they got, cap space wise. Where are the Broncos at? Oh, they're negative. Well, if you guys save some money, then maybe. But he's not too expensive. He also finished dead last for team leading rushers, so not looking great. But he also had some injuries to deal with. Let's look in the chat real quick because I see a couple. Oh, hey, what up, Hunter? Hearing Barkley to the Eagles buzz. Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. I have him going to the Chargers because I think Jim Harbaugh is really going to want that, like, Blake Corum type, just like nose in the ground, just run straight forward type running back. But yeah, the Eagles is what it's being chirped about right now. So if he goes to the Eagles, I can see that happening. Giants fans will lose their mind. Oh my gosh, they will not be happy at all. And I wouldn't be happy either if I were a Giants fan, but I'm not. Then we got L'Jarius Sneed. I think the Jags are going to go after him. I think they would love to improve their defense. They finished bottom tier for pass defense last year, and he's one of the better cornerbacks in the league. So I definitely think they're going to be chasing after that guy. So here's the final. I got another slide, but here, like, these are the main guys I think that really can impact the team. So if you want to take a screenshot, go ahead. I'm just playing. Hey, what up, Chili? How you doing, brother? He says, what up, y'all? Coin operator Eli. Day one's right there. Appreciate you guys always tuning in. Coin and Chili, let me know if you guys are wanting to do. Well, Chili, you won, right? The Fantasy Blitz. I wasn't in the league. I don't know why, but it is okay. I think I came in a little bit later. But let me know if y'all want to be in that league again. Because if you guys want, I want to start a Fantasy Blitz league as soon as possible. Again, after the draft, got to make sure all these guys are on the teams, all the rookies are on the teams, coaching is settled. Let's all breathe before we start drafting. I digress. Let's move on. The next picks, I got Josh Jacobs going to the Baltimore Ravens. I changed my mind about Derrick Henry going. I just think Josh Jacobs just makes more sense because they're not going to. Derrick Henry is a runner, and they already have a running back on that team that is a quarterback, and he's an even better quarterback than he is a running back in Lamar Jackson. So I think Josh Jacobs works well because they won't have to keep giving the ball. Russell Wilson, I think he's going to the Steelers. Let me sip my yerba. It just makes sense. It truly just makes sense. I think Steelers fans are done with Pickett. I know it's been said that some GMs are not done with Pickett, or some Steelers like organization higher ups or whatever are not done with him. But I just like it. It would just make sense for Russ Wilson to get his last shot. If he does terrible in Pittsburgh, get him out. It's over. Then we got Tyler Boyd. Falcons need a wide receiver too. Tyler Boyd used to be wide receiver 1 in Cincinnati for just like a season and a half. Excuse me. So I think the Falcons will pursue him. But if not, I don't know. I think they're probably going to go draft Donnie Mitchell, maybe early second round if Donnie doesn't go first round. And then last but not least, Tony Pollard, Philadelphia Eagles. That's if Saquon doesn't go. If Saquon doesn't go, then, man, I don't know. We could also see, excuse me, I'm getting my voice. We can also see like a little carousel with Barkley going to the Eagles, Pollard going to the Giants, and then DeAndre Swift going to the Cowboys. I don't think we're ready for this entire free agency. It's going to be nuts. Next week, we're going to have like a little show of just review because next Wednesday, I believe, is when it opens up and guys are going to be eager to sign or eager to agree, and then we'll talk about that. Yeah, so let's move on. I think that's it. Yeah, that's it. All right, let me pull up the schedule because I was texting Nick the March schedule. So let me know if you guys like this. So next week, I'm looking to do a free agency review of just what's been happening. And then throughout the entire offseason, just continue on like, oh, this guy signed here, whatever it may be. But then I also want to do a top 15 running back fantasy rankings because the running back pool for rookies is not very big. But I want to make sure that some running backs are on teams before I make that ranking. So it could also switch. Then I got QB wide receiver rankings and then winners and losers of the NFL offseason so far. That'll be before the draft. We'll have a mock draft either March 21st or March 28th, that'll be Mock Draft 2.0. You don't want to miss it because they're only going to get better. Let's go to the chat one more time just to see what's going on. My voice is killing me. All right, let's see. Chili said, I'm ready. Let's go. He's ready for the draft. And then Coin said, my man Chili, I'm so in for the league next year. Absolutely. Absolutely. It's going to be lit. I'm looking to do a 10 to 12-man PPR. I can't remember what y'all did. I think y'all did 10. But, yeah, that concludes the show. Very short show today because we're in the off-season. There's not a lot to talk about. But I appreciate you guys stopping by. Before you leave, like and subscribe. Share the live stream. Share the video. We want to make sure that we're studying for the season. All right? A lot of these guys, you're going to be in a lot of leagues. If you're like me, you'll be in a few leagues. They'll approach the draft, and they'll be like, what? I didn't know Tony Pollard was on the Eagles, or I didn't know Saquon Barkley was on the Eagles, or whoever it may be. This is why we have this. We prepare. We come here to dominate. As the show The League says, fantasy football is all about being better than your friends. That's what we're here to do. And also just talk football. But I appreciate it. Oh, hello, Sayana. Hello, my love. Wow, I hope class went well today. But, yeah, I really appreciate you guys stopping by. But, yeah, that's all it is today. God bless, be kind, and peace.